Let us solve a question on consumer surplus. The question is, let an inverse demand function for a commodity B. We are being given the inverse demand function as P is equal to e raised power minus x upon 2, where x is the quantity and P is the price. Then when price is equal to 0.5, the consumer surplus is equal to, we need to find out. Okay, so first we have written the given inverse demand function. Okay, this is our inverse demand function. We need to find out the consumer surplus when price is equal to 0.5. Okay, first thing is, what will we do? Simply to solve this equation, first we take log on both sides. That means log of P will be equal to log of e raised power minus x upon 2. Now ln of what is P? P is 0.5, so in place of P we write 0.5 is equal to minus x upon 2 ln e. It comes from the law of logarithm. If we have ln of x raised power m, it becomes m ln x. Okay, so this exponent becomes coefficient like it became here. Then we have ln e. Now ln of 0.5 is minus 0.69, and here we have on the RHS minus x upon 2 ln of e, natural log of this e is equal to 1. We know this property, minus and minus gets cancelled on both the sides. That means x will be equal to, transposing this to here, it will get multiplied. That means quantity demanded will be equal to 1.38 when price is equal to 0.5. After that, we need to calculate the total expenditure by the consumer. That will be equal to the market price times quantity demanded. That is 0.1 times 1.38, which sums up to be 0.69. Then what is the consumer surplus? Consumer surplus is simply the difference between the price that the consumers are willing to pay for a commodity and the price they actually pay for the commodity. Okay, so on the graph, if I draw this demand function, okay, when price was 0.5, quantity demanded is 1.38. This is our total expenditure here, and the consumer surplus is simply the area which is above the equilibrium price and below the demand curve in this case. So consumer surplus will be equal to the area of this whole region. Okay, so the area of this whole region, that is the definite integral from 0 to equilibrium quantity, and we integrate the inverse demand function with respect to x. Okay, this denotes the area of this whole region. From this we subtract the area of this very triangle, rather this rectangle. The area of this rectangle is simply here we have the price and here we have the quantity demanded. So P into X, that is the total expenditure. So consumer surplus will be equal to the definite integral from 0 to equilibrium quantity. We calculated it as 1.38, and we take the integral of e raised power minus x upon 2 minus the total expenditure is price into quantity demanded. Okay, then consumer surplus will be equal to the integral of e raised power minus x upon 2. The integral of e raised power minus x upon 2 comes out to be e raised power minus x upon 2 divided by minus 1 upon 2. Okay, from the rules of integration you can check it out also. So I have rewritten this in this fashion. So I transpose this 2 here and this minus also here, it becomes minus 2. Then we have e raised power minus x upon 2, and we evaluate it from lower limit to upper limit here, and then we subtract the total expenditure. Price into quantity demanded is equal to 0.69. Then consumer surplus will be equal to, here you can see we have minus 2. I have transposed this term to denominator. The exponent sign will change, it will become plus x upon 2, and we evaluate it from upper limit and lower limit. From this we subtracted 0.69. So consumer surplus will be equal to, first we evaluate this term at upper limit, which is 1.38. So we have minus 2 divided by, in place of x we have 1.38 divided by 2 here, and then we subtract and evaluate this term at lower limit. So we have minus 2 here divided by e raised power, in place of x this time we have the lower limit which is 0, so we have 0 upon 2. From this we subtract 0.69. So we have minus 2 divided by e raised power 0.69. So minus into minus becomes plus 2 here, and then we subtract 0.69. which gives us minus 2 sorry, upon e raised power 0.69 comes out to be 1.99 plus 2 minus 0.69, then consumer surplus will be equal to minus 1.01. So this comes out to be minus 1.01 minus 2 upon 1.99. Then we have plus 2 minus 0.69. Solving this, consumer surplus will come out to be 0.3. I hope I make myself clear in this video. Thank you.